Hi, my name is Andy Sinokai and I'm presenting my week one project, Contact Part 1. This is a contact API built with Express MongoDB Atlas deployed on render. So I will demonstrate the API endpoint, deployment, security, and MVC architecture to meet the rubric. So currently the project is already running both on localhost and also the deployment. So for the rubric, the requirements for the API endpoint, the rubric requires to get requests for all contacts and a single contact by ID, which worth 60 points. My API include all the full CRUD, but I will show the get. So you can see from the router contact.js, I have this router that fetch data from MongoDB. So you can see we have the get contact, get all contact, and get contact by ID, and other ones create contact. So we are going to test it locally. After testing it locally, we will also test the deployed one. So for the local host, we are looking at using the local host 3000. So let's start by testing it locally. So we are testing it locally. So we have tested it locally for all contacts, and you can see that we have all contacts in place. So let's also test it by ID. So we are going to test it by ID. So we are going to copy an ID. So I'm copying the first ID, which ends with 691 with the name John Doe. So let me copy the ID and paste it here. Let's search it. So you can see that we have the results by ID. We have been able to search by an ID. So let's go to the deployment. So for the deployment, it worth 10 points. My API is live on render. So let me show the live version. And for the sake of this video, I want to relaunch it so that we can see. So you can see that it's live. This is the deployment and everything is live. And the root shows welcome to contact API. So this is it. And this is the local one. Yes. So let me close one. This is the local one. For it. So we are going to test the gate by using the deployment one, which means we are going to need the URL. So let me copy the URL so that we don't come back again. So I've copied the URL. Let's go to our VS Code. So we are going to test by getting a contact, all the contacts. So we are going to get all the contacts. We are going to get all the contacts. So contacts. So we are getting all the contacts. So let's see. Yes. So now we have all the contacts. Let's get it contact by ID. So we are going to get contact by ID, which means we are going to use the same URL and code. So I'm going to copy this contact ID, which ends with A43 name Jenny Doe. So let me copy the ID and paste it. Let's search by ID. So we have been able to search by ID, and this proof that our deployment is not just local but also deployed. So for security wealth 10 points, credentials are stored in the .env file. So you can see that we have stored all our credentials in the .env files, which contains the URL to the MongoDB. So you can see it here. So we can also see it at the terminal. Yes, we can also see it at the terminal. So I will take you to the GitHub repo, where we will see that we don't have the .env file or the node models in it. So let's go to the GitHub repo to see if we have the dot. So let me refresh it so that we get a full picture of it to confirm that we don't have the. So you can see that we don't have the dot env, and we also don't have all the node model here. So that's it. So for the architecture, it was 20 points, and the rubric requires MVC with a separate router and database file. And you can see from the Git repo that I have the model folder, and I have the root folder, and also the server.js. Let's go to VS Code. So you can also see here we have the model, and in the model folder we have the contact model, which handles the MongoDB operations like get contact by ID, get all contacts, create contacts, and update contacts. And also we have the route which contain the contact.js, and this defines the route with validation. So you can see that we have the input validation malware, and we have the get all contacts and contact by ID. Yes, we have it all here. And we have the server.js. So we can see from the server.js it connects them via the app.use. So you can see it here. Yes, app.use here. You can see connect routers with app.use slash contact here. Yes. So we have that one here. So this is the model, the controller, and the server. It all meets the complete level, and it all meets the rubric. Thank you.